Good afternoon. I'm Westchester County Executive Ken Jenkins, and this is our weekly update. We are going to have today, for our special guest, our supervisor from the town of Lewisboro, Tony Gonsalves, and we're going to talk through our Indian Point scenarios. We're also going to speak with Josh Gascione, who's going to speak about our Gold Star Mothers and Families Day this Friday. But we're going to start today, and we are so honored to welcome Dr. Joseph Santini, the superintendent of the New York School for the Deaf, who joins us in recognition of Deaf Awareness Month and the International Week of Deaf People, which begins today, September 22nd. Dr. Santini's presence highlights the importance of accessibility, inclusion, and celebration of the contributions of the deaf community. We're also pleased with us to have a sign language interpreter who will be here throughout the entire briefing to ensure that today's program is fully accessible. With that, we're going to ask Dr. Joseph Santini to come up.
Thank you so much. I'm really honored to be invited here. My name is Dr. Joseph Santini, and as you mentioned, I'm superintendent for New York School for the Deaf. We've been in Westchester County since 1817, serving the needs of deaf and hard of hearing students in New York. And I'm a proud member of the 4201 school organization, which is designed to serve deaf and hard of hearing as well as physically disabled students in New York with pride and passion. Today begins the week of International Week of Deaf People, and I want to honor one special person from our school who has made a huge impact in the United States, and that is Dr. Robert Davila. Dr. Davila was the first deaf superintendent at our school. He also went on to become president for Gallaudet University and for the National Technical Institute for the Deaf at Rochester Institute of Technology. Then he went in to serve in the US government by writing policy for deaf education across the United States. Dr. Davila has been influential to many people, including myself. And on that note, I would like to invite my students to join me in wishing you a happy International Week of the Deaf. Thank you.
We want to say thank you to Dr. Joseph Santini, from the superintendent of the New York School for the Deaf, and for his colleagues to come up with us to give congratulations to a trailblazer at the New York School for the Deaf, who did so many things to make sure that everyone had accessibility and an opportunity not to learn, but be productive and continue to move forward. So thank you once again, and congratulations on this International Week of Deaf People on the Deaf Awareness Month. Thank you again. We want to take a moment to talk about things with Indian Point from last week. A reboot of the Indian Point nuclear power plant in Westchester County is just a hard no. We just need to make sure to recognize for everyone that the law that was passed by New York State allows for any one of the taxing entities to have a veto power of moving forward with consideration for another nuclear facility at the site. We in Westchester County have exercised, and I have asked the Board of Legislators to approve a resolution and act that puts the county's position and makes that abundantly clear. The reason for that is because Holtec, the decommissioning company, put out information suggesting that they could start and restart the nuclear power plant with a $10 billion investment, which would take 4 years if all the levels of improvement were made. That means the local municipalities as well as the state and federal government. This is a non-starter, and we should just move on. There are so many people that have been concerned, and certainly Westchester County is at the forefront with fighting Con Ed and the New York State Electric and Gas utility companies on the rate increases that they have proposed. All of us see the issue is in the delivery charges because our bills are broken down. It is not because of the supply. The supply of Indian Point or nuclear power is just another form of supply. And New York State Governor Kathy Hochul was very clear in her State of the State address in January of 2025, where she said that we do need nuclear power, which is another clean energy source, but it would be excluded from being cited in the Hudson Valley, which includes Westchester, Long Island, or New York City. And the reason that is that there are 20 million people in that area. And if anyone who's taken the Taconic State Parkway, 9A, or Route 9 knows, in any day during rush hour traffic, that's a hard stop. And the only evacuation plan in those areas were none. The Shoreham Nuclear Power Plant, which was a $6 billion completed facility in Long Island, never was open because there was no evacuation plan in Long Island, and that was after $6 billion. So certainly nuclear power has opportunities throughout the state of New York. The Fitzpatrick plant that's opened in Oswego continues to do that. And again, that's one of the reasons that there are no ways to continue to move forward in that area. We also want to remind people that in our supply and delivery charges for Con Edison, the president of Con Edison made close to $15 million last year. That is outrageous. And that is built into the delivery charges. So once again, we're going to continue to fight as strongly as we can. The Board of Legislators is having their continued hearings. We have been on record and continue to be on record with the Public Service Commission as being opposed to any rate increases. So let's not try to play politics with the health and safety of the people in Westchester County. We understand clearly that the environmental issues that the plant closed for, Indian Point closed for in the first place, have not changed. Most people may remember Entergy decided to close the power plant after Riverkeeper won a lawsuit because of the heating of the Hudson River from the intake and the water going out. So many species were either being eliminated, the water was heating up and killing environments for our for our friends underwater. So therefore, that was another reason that that plant closed down. It was Entergy's decision to do that and move forward. If you were siting a plant right now in anywhere, you would not pick the Indian Point plant, the Indian Point facility, because of the location. It is on 2 fault lines. There are 3 gas lines that go past it. Once again, my number one job as the county executive here in Westchester County is the health and safety of the people of Westchester. That's why it's a hard no on moving forward with nuclear power at the Indian Point facility. And we'll make that again abundantly clear at the next meeting, which is coming up later this week. But again, people should consider other sources of energy, which certainly the plant could handle, and people can have those discussions. But nuclear power is a hard no. Again, the governor was clear in citing and looking to cite under the New York Power Authority places to site nuclear facilities. Hudson Valley, New York City, and Long Island were excluded from that search. Please, 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 everyone understand the clarity I'm speaking with. Hard no means hard no for nuclear. We continue on at this time, and we have our municipal guest today. The municipal guest is a great friend of ours. It's not the first time he's been here. Is the supervisor of the town of Lewisboro, Tony Gonsalves. Tony is just a wonderful human being, but he's been a great supervisor, and he's been so many things that are happening in the town of Lewisboro. I was privileged and pleased to be up there this weekend for their library fair, their annual library fair. I believe it was the 21st annual library fair, where they had so many things happening in support of the local community. So at this time, let's bring up our good friend, Tony Gonsalves.
Thank you very much, Ken. Thanks again to the county executive for the opportunity to be here and talk to everyone about the this special town of Lewisboro. And yes, Ken was at our library fair. Thank you very much for for being there. You missed the part where I was in the dunk tank, and I got dunked many times. It's first of all, it's an honor to serve the people of Lewisboro. This is my 4th year as town supervisor. I was on the town board before that, but I can't do it without the help of all the town employees and our volunteer town boards and committees. Our county legislator, Erica Pierce, has been a tremendous asset, and we have a great working relationship with all things county related. A little bit about the town of Lewisboro. Our population is just over 12,200 with over 4,200 households. We're about 24 miles north of White Plains. We share borders with the town of Somers, Pound Ridge, North Salem, Bedford, and the state of Connecticut. We're a geographically dispersed town, 29 square miles. If you look on a map, we are boomerang shaped. It takes about a half hour, 25 minutes without traffic to get from one corner of the town to the other. The town is made up of hamlets. We have the Vista Hamlet, we have Golden's Bridge, Cross River, Wacabuck, South Salem, and the hamlet of Lewisboro. There are 3 hamlet centers where we have shopping, and those centers are located in Golden's Bridge, Cross River, and Vista. We're part of the amazing Katona-Lewisboro School District. And the town loves our open space. We have multiple parks, preserves with plenty of trails. Part of the county's Ward Pound Ridge Reservation actually overlaps into Lewisboro and is another major asset of open space in the town. We have, in terms of the transportation, we have 6 New York State roadways that traverse the town. And of course, we are in constant contact with New York State DOT and have a great relationship with New York State DOT and our state representatives, our New York State Assembly member Chris Burdick and State Senator Peter Harcum. We have a train station in Golden's Bridge, which is on the MTA Harlem line, which makes it convenient for folks who are commuting into White Plains, into New York City, and that's a major asset, and that was the reason I moved to Golden's Bridge some years back. Guiding us into the future, we have a new comprehensive plan. It's about 1.5 years old, and that's helping us with providing the boilerplate for future development and our vision for the town. We have multiple projects that are ongoing. We've had various town facility improvements. We are looking to, after about almost 30 years, completely redoing our pool bathhouse. We have an amazing pool facility. We're going to be putting in pickleball courts. We're doing some work on our town facilities, including town offices, and hopefully soon we're going to be building a new police department headquarters. Sidewalks and pedestrian safety are key, especially within our hamlet centers. So we are looking to launch some initiatives. We're designing. We're working with engineers to do the initial work, and hopefully we'll be able to liven and create destinations within the hamlet centers by having these pedestrian and safety improvements. The town is doing well financially. We recently, a year ago, our credit rating was increased to AA+. So we're very proud of what we've done, being fiscally responsible, and being able to get that rating, which will improve us as we move forward with additional projects and the borrowing that's required to kick off those projects. Back to the natural surroundings of our town, we have 7 lakes. So clean water is very important to us. We have one water district where we're actually wrapping up a project to filter out PFAS, which is an emerging contaminant. And with a combination of federal and state funding, we're able to get that project to the point where we are almost completed. We are currently working with multiple state, county agencies, New York City DEP, New York State DEC, Department of Environmental Conservation, on 2 potential new one sewer district and a septic maintenance district. We've been working very closely with the county, who is a custodian for New York City DEP water quality improvement funds, and we will be. We've had some funds from that from the WQIP that have been allocated to the town of Lewisboro for these projects. So we're looking forward to this. This is very important because our town is the majority, almost 90+% of the residents are using have septic systems. So we want to be able to, especially being in the New York City watershed, we want to be able to put in these systems and sewer facilities which will help with the quality of our lakes, our aquifers, and of course the New York City water supply, since we are in the watershed. Lewisboro Commons is on housing. We have a 42-unit affordable housing complex on Route 22 in Goldensbridge. We're hoping to do more in terms of housing, especially for our large growing senior community. That's a very important thing for me, and I'd like to see us do some work in that direction. On the sustainability side, we've done work with the food scrap recycling. We have 3 locations. We do paint recycling. We'll have our first photovoltaic solar project at one of our parks, thanks to state grants. And recently with the county, we executed an intermunicipal agreement for rolling out EV chargers. We do have a couple of EV vehicles in our fleet, but these charging locations will be mainly for the use of residents or anyone that's commuting through our town. So we look forward with the continued partnership with our friends at the county government, and we'll continue to progress and make Lewisboro the place that everyone wants to move to, or hopefully we get a lot of people continuing to move. It's a great town, and so stay tuned for future developments, and please take some time to drive north and pay us a visit. Thank you. Thank you, Ken.
That was our good friend Tony Gonzalez, who is the supervisor of the town of Lewisboro. Lewisboro happens to have, as the supervisor mentioned, one of the 51 facilities that are in the nationally accredited and award-winning park system. It actually has our largest park, which is Ward Pounds Ridge, and they have some fantastic programs that they have going on there. The Leatherman's Loop is something that goes on, and there's some tremendous history. One of the best parts of Westchester County is we are steeped in history here in Westchester County. Every piece of the revolution, the United States being formed, happened somewhere in Westchester County, and Lewisboro is one of those places to do that. When the supervisor talked about environmental stewardship, he is a leader and continues to be with his town board members, leaders in doing so many things, as well as doing the food scrap recycling, EV charging. Many people don't realize that they spend a lot of time in the town of Lewisboro because both Tesla and Electrify America have their fast chargers right at Golden's Bridge. So right at a convenient location, at a shopping center where there's the convenience of charging while, going to the restrooms and visiting the Dunkin' Donuts that's there as well, and a great supermarket as well. So Lewisboro is fantastic. A lot of things that are happening. And again, it is one of our 45 different municipalities in Westchester County, one of the 26 towns. And you should realize, no matter where you are south, that the watershed means that's where our drinking water comes from. The Cross River Reservoir is one of the New York City Department of Environmental Conservation's water supplies. All those beautiful bodies of water that we see that are called reservoirs, that's water that ends up going down into New York City, and most of us actually are drinking that water after taking a cut away from that. But again, all of that water happens in our northern part of Westchester County, so we want them to continue to be able to support all of them while they're making sure our water is as clean as possible, so that we can continue to move forward. So again, Supervisor, it's always great to have you here. He did mention that the town of Lewisboro is up to AA+, and that's fantastic to continue a positive credit rating. That's helpful for the town when they go out to borrow dollars for the various capital projects. We happen to get great news from the State Comptroller's Office, from New York State, Tom DiNapoli, our State Comptroller, who told us that from a fiscal stress perspective, we had the best possible financial stress score from the Comptroller's Office. We've once again received that best possible score, confirming the county's continued financial strength and responsible fiscal management. For the 2024 fiscal year, Westchester County earned a 0 fiscal stress score with no designation. That's the highest rating achievable under the Comptroller's model. This marks the third consecutive year the county has received the score, reflecting that record of stability and careful stewardship of taxpayer dollars. Earning the best possible fiscal score for 3 years running proves our commitment to smart financial planning, investment in services, and responsible budgeting is paying off. Westchester County continues to be on solid financial ground, and we're proud to deliver results that strengthen confidence in our future. In addition to the financial stress scores, the State Comptroller also tracks environmental stress. Westchester's environmental stress scores have remained low with no designation over those past 3 years as well. So again, that's continued good news for us here in Westchester County, our partners in the various municipalities around, because it helps us to be able to work together to do the best jobs possible for every Westchester resident. Up next is a very special friend that I know that we're looking forward to hearing from. He is our Westchester County Veterans Service Agency Director, Josh Gascione, who's going to discuss our Gold Star Mothers and Families Memorial Tribute that is coming this Friday, September 26th at 3 p.m. at Kensico Dam Plaza. Josh.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. County Executive. Mr. Supervisor, another great thing about Lewisboro is your veterans community, very good, strong veterans community there that we love working with. So a lot of good things keep coming out of the Veterans Service Agency, a lot of hard work. We are seeing more and more veterans and their families coming into the office to fill out claims for disabilities or to be connected to community resources. And we are very happy to be able to provide those services, as always, to our residents, veterans and their families here in Westchester County. We'll be talking about some of those community partnerships here in just a minute. But what I want to address today is Gold Star Mothers and Families Day and Week. And aside from Memorial Day, one of the most solemn days on the calendar for those of us who work in the veterans community is Gold Star Mothers and Families Day. So of course, a Gold Star family is one who lost one of their loved ones while they were in service to the country. And Gold Star Families Week is this week, and it culminates on Sunday, the last Sunday in September. And you'll see a lot of municipalities around the county holding their ceremonies then. So the county holds their ceremony on the Friday before. Our ceremony will take place at the Kensico Dam Plaza on Friday, September 26th at 3 p.m. We'll be working with several of our community partners, as I mentioned, along with the recruiting battalion out of the Bronx, who will help us come and pay tribute to our fallen soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines from Westchester County. Part of what we do also is work with our community partners, never forgetting those families. And we have another special guest with us here to talk about something that we are working on September 27th. On September 27th, we'll be hosting the Military Veterans and Families Resource Fair. So I will ask Jessica Sansone from WJCS, who is their project coordinator, to come up and say a couple of words about that.
Thank you, Josh. I am reaching out today because we are holding a Military and Veteran Resource Fair on Saturday, September 27th at the Yonkersville Library. It is an opportunity for those who serve to come and reach out to different service providers from throughout the county, including health and wellness providers, career and education resources, and other local nonprofits and agencies as well. We'll have family-friendly activities, food, and an entirely free raffle for attendees. If you are interested, we will have the flyer on our WJCS social media, and we look forward to seeing you all there.
Thank you, and we hope to see you on Friday and Saturday if you're able to come out. Thank you, Mr. County Executive.
Thank you, Josh. Josh Gassion, our Executive Director of Veterans Affairs, and certainly with WJCS partner on Saturday the 27th in the great city of Yonkers at the Will Library, to be able to participate in either one of those days. Certainly to make sure, as Josh pointed out, that, you know, the Gold Star family, there is no one that wants to be a Gold Star family, right? But that means one of their their loved ones, their family members, loved ones were lost in service and support of this country. And there's nothing that we will not do to continue to support our veterans and their families, whether it's to get the proper resources that they have earned, or whether it's supporting family members. And again, that job fair and the resource fair that's happening on Saturday the 27th is critically important to participate in as well. And we always want to thank the partnerships that we have. Josh Gassion, Supervisor Gonsalves, you know that Josh Gassion is also a trustee in the village of Tuckahoe, and we certainly want to make sure to give shout outs to that, because everyone recognizes that we have folks that work so hard. We always thank Josh for his service, but more importantly, we also know that he continues to serve not just veterans in his role as Executive Director of Veteran Services, but the people of Tuckahoe, and in his role as a trustee on the village board of trustees. And again, everyone continues to make sure to watch and make sure that they're participating in what our veterans continue to fight for our country. So that's so very important to do. At this time, we're going to ask our Deputy County Executive, Richard Wishney, to come up and let us know everything that's happening in parks. And I'm sure we have a couple of Revolutionary War activities that will be happening, including up in Wards Pounds Ridge. Mr. DC.
Thank you, Mr. County Executive. It's a pleasure to be with you again today. We're going to tell you a little bit about what's happening with our award-winning, nationally accredited park system this coming week. First of all, for Friday, September 26th, from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., The Witcher in concert at the Westchester County Center. You can experience an innovative blend of cutting-edge visuals and gameplay from The Witcher. The segment is called Wild Hunt, and that's going to be combined with a stirring orchestral performance. It features an immersive, emotional tour through the game's story brought to life with traditional and modern instruments. Tickets are available through Ticketmaster. On Saturday, September 27th, from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., Fireside Nature Storytime will be held at Cranberry Lake Preserve. Enjoy children's stories amongst the trees with a campfire to keep warm. It requires a 1-minute on-trail walk to the campfire area. On Sunday, September 28th, from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., the Westchester County Car Show will be held at Glen Island Park in New Rochelle. The Westchester Street Rod Association show will feature a wide variety of collectible cars, street rods, and motorcycles, all carefully restored to mint condition or modified for performance. The registration is from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The awards will begin at 2:30 p.m. It's free admission for spectators, and the rain date is October 5th. And finally, once again, we'll have the ability to have Bicycle Sunday on the 13-mile loop of the Bronx River Parkway. People can walk, they can ride their bikes, they can roller skate, do everything that a family likes to do together in a safe, controlled environment. And admission, of course, is always free, and this event will be held again on October 5th. Thank you, Mr. County Executive.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy County Executive. We want to thank everyone for participating with us today. Certainly, we started with welcoming Dr. Joseph Santini, who's that superintendent of the New York School for the Deaf, who joins us again for recognition of Deaf Awareness Month and the International Week of Deaf People, which begins today, September 22nd, the first day of fall. We certainly followed that up from hearing with our supervisor from the town of Lewisboro, Tony Gonsalves, and the team and the work that they continue to do up there. We always thank the supervisor for being there, and there were so many activities going on that I was up in Lewisboro for that, but they have continuing great events that happen up there. Make sure to check them out on their website as well to get more information from them. Certainly talking about the scores from the comptroller that shows Westchester continues to be in a great fiscal position. Our executive director, Josh Gascione, from our Westchester County's Veteran Service Agency, talking both not just about Gold Star Mothers and Families Week, that's this week as well, but Gold Star Families and Mother's Day, which is this upcoming Sunday, the last Sunday in September, as tradition. And on Friday, the 26th, we'll have our ceremony on 3 p.m. at Kensico Dam Plaza, then followed on Saturday with a Veterans Service fair that's going to happen at the Yonkers Will Library. That's the public library in Yonkers, one of the four, but that's the one on Central Avenue. It's very conveniently located right in the middle of the county from a transportation perspective. And we had Richard Wisney, our Deputy County Executive, telling us everything that's going on with parks, reminding you that you're on the last 2 Sundays of Bicycle Sunday, making sure to remind everyone once again to download that Parks app for your smart device, whether it's an iPhone or an Android device, that you could get the Parks app and find discounts and all kinds of activities that it matters no matter where things are happening in Westchester. We had so many things that are happening in Westchester, in all of our communities. It's an exciting time. Fall is definitely an exciting time. I know for us, especially those folks in Sleepy Hollow, where it's that time of year for the Sleepy Hollow folks to get ready for Halloween. Certainly in Croton, they have their Croton pumpkin things that are going on there. We also have the things happening at Playland with Scared by the Sea. There's just so many things that are happening, and so many of them are free. So some of them aren't, but again, we have all those activities that are happening. I just want to close out and say that for those who are celebrating Lashana Tova, Happy New Year. It's Rosh Hashanah for those that are celebrating. let's make sure that we keep everyone safe and secure during this time. Our Westchester County Police Department, Commissioner Terrence Rayner, our Commissioner of Public Safety, says that we've been working and communicating with all the local municipalities and all of those houses of worship, but at this time specifically, the shuls and synagogues, to make sure that everyone can celebrate safely and security with no credible threats at this time, but we're always going to stay on point for that. Remember, if you see something, say something. With that, I'm County Executive Ken Jenkins. Thank you so much for watching. And again, remember, it's International Deaf Awareness Month, and this week is making sure that we have awareness for all of our deaf community and the great things that they bring to all of us.